Please adjust resolution and sound speed accordingly. Leonardo Piero Da Vinci. He was an Italian polymath of the High Renaissance who was active as a painter, draftsman, engineer, scientist, theorist, sculptor, and architect. While his fame initially rested on his achievements as a painter, he also became known for his notebooks, in which he made drawings and notes on a variety of subjects, including anatomy, astronomy, botany, cartography, painting, and paleontology. Leonardo is widely regarded to have been a genius who epitomized the Renaissance humanist ideal, and his collective works compose a contribution to later generations of artists. Mona Lisa is his famous painting, and Bill Gates bought Leonardo da Vinci's notebook, the Codex Leicester. Interesting fact, he was polymath, painter, engineer, inventor, architect, sculptor, poet, mathematician, philosopher, astronomer, geologist, physicist, chemist, cartographer, plant biologist, anatomist, diplomat, composer. Once you have tasted the taste of sky, you will forever look up. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Practice should always be based upon a sound knowledge of theory. There are three classes of people: those who see when they are shown, those who do not see. Learning is the only thing the mind never exhausts, never fears, and never regrets. A clever man without wisdom is like a beautiful flower without fragrance. Life is pretty simple. You do some stuff, most fails, some works, you do more of what works. I'm not contented to capture the world, I want to change it. The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions. Not to punish evil is equivalent to authorizing it. It's not enough that you believe what you see, you must also understand what you see. Experience is a truer guide than the words of others. To be a winner, you must want to win, but must know of the chance of losing and must not fear of it. Your brain is much better than you think, just use it. The greatest geniuses sometimes accomplish more when they work less. Be a mirror, absorb everything around you and still remain the same. I am not poor, poor are those who desire many things. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. Beauty perishes in life, but is immortal in art. If you are alone, you belong entirely to yourself. The five senses are the ministers of the soul. He who walks straight rarely falls. As every divided kingdom falls, so every mind divided between many studies confounds and saps itself. Poor is the man who desires a lot. The most beautiful words of love are told in silence for a look. It's easier to resist at the beginning than at the end. He who wishes to be rich in a day will be hanged in a year. There is nothing which deceives us as much as our own judgment. Time stays long enough for anyone who will use it. The wisest and noblest teacher is nature itself. Details make perfection, and perfection is not a detail. Obstacles cannot bend me. Every obstacle yields to effort. All thoughts start from emotions. Nature never breaks her own laws. Life without love is no life at all. We know well that mistakes are more easily detected in the works of others than in one's own. Study without desire spoils the memory, and it retains nothing that it takes in. Where there is shouting, there is no true knowledge. I awoke, only to see that the rest of the world is still asleep. All our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions. Love shows itself more in adversity than in prosperity, as light does, which shines most where the place is darkest. Everything comes from everything, and everything is made out of everything, and everything returns into everything. As a well-spent day brings happy sleep, so life well used brings happy death. As you cannot do what you want what you can do. I have been impressed with the urgency of doing so. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do it. If you find from your own experience that something is a fact and it contradicts what some authority has written down, then you must abandon the authority and base your reasoning on your own findings. A well-spent day brings happy sleep. Reprove your friend in secret and praise him openly. Marriage is like putting your hand into a bag of snakes in the hope of pulling out an eel. He who never puts his trust in any man will never be deceived. The moment is timeless. Nothing can be loved or hated unless it is first known. That which has no limitations has no form. Common sense is that which judges the things given to it by other senses. Realize that everything connects to everything else. Painting is poetry that is seen rather than felt, and poetry is painting that is felt rather than seen. While I thought that I was learning how to live, I have been learning how to die. Patience serves as a protection against wrongs as clothes do against cold. Being willing is not enough. We must do. Learning is the only thing that never disappoints us. The deeper the feeling, the greater the pain. Truth is so excellent that if it praises but small things, they become noble. Vitality and beauty are gifts of nature for those who live according to its laws. I love those who can smile in trouble. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. He who cannot establish dominion over himself will have no dominion over others. Experience never misleads. What you are misled by is only your judgment, and this misleads you by anticipating results from experience of a kind that is not produced by your experiments. Average human looks without seeing, listens without hearing, touches without feeling, eats without tasting, moves without physical awareness, inhales without awareness of odor or fragrance, and talks without thinking. Nature is the source of all true knowledge. She has her own logic, her own laws. She has no effect without cause nor invention without necessity.